Hi, welcome to the Ichthean Forge. I'm Eric. Just going to make a short little video showing off some of the things I'm doing lately. I don't ever seem to be able to get good videos on my knife, or not videos, but pictures of my knives because I'm too cheap to buy a light box. No, actually, I just need to get the supplies to make one. Hopefully you can see this. This is what I'm calling an initiate's blade. Let's see if you can see that. Sort of. Okay, anyway, there's a vine pattern filed into the back of this blade. And this blade is sort of a new thing that I'm doing, and I'm going to be constantly improving it. It's going to have malachite handle scales. Please forgive the hand brace. I've been diagnosed with arthritis in my thumb, and it's already told me it's not going to play nice today, so I'm having to brace it. And so there's the scales, and the brass is going to be the fittings for the fittings. And then I've got brass screws that will be used to pin the handle. And so that one is going to be coming together. It will have a hamon when I'm done with it. Right now I sanded to 400 grit on my grinder, and now I'm going to go to hand sanding up to at least 1500 grit. Let's not spin around so fast here so nobody gets drunk. These two blades here, see, I've got to profile this one out, and that's not really the shape I'm looking for that's drawn on there. It's going to be more of a tanto style, while this is a little style that I like to do. It's actually the second one I've done. So that one is, these two I'm planning to take to a local gun store and see if I can talk the man into selling them for me. This is just a little sax that I'm working on. It's sanded on my grinder, or ground on my grinder to 400 grit. Now I'm going to go back and hand sand it with 400 grit paper again to get rid of the machined look. That's not really what I'm looking for in my blades, but I've botched the maker's mark on this one. That'll actually bring the price down on this one a little bit. If you're looking for a little bit of a sax, it's going to have a simple handle. I thought about walnut and bone. I may just go with just walnut, but either way, it's not going to be an overly pricey knife. And here, this is with spider webs all over it. This is a little dagger that I forged out of a 12-inch file. It's got some edge bevel issues at the moment because I haven't finished that, but that one's got to go back to my grinder so that I can fix those edge bevels. And over here I'm going to get into some knives that are actually spoken for. Let's see if I don't have to. All right, let's try something here. Might have to. All right, there we go. This little blade is just a little 1095 1/8 inch 1095 blade with walnut handle scales and brass pins. I got that front pin a little closer than I wanted to the front, but the buyer doesn't care. He's ready for the knife, and he has bought this one behind it, which is going to be something of a twin, except I'm going to move that pin back on that blade. So these two, the one is ready to go to the new owner, and the other one soon will be, and so he's kind of anxiously awaiting them. Up here I've got an assortment of blades, several of them made out of a file, and to include this one, there's some nastiness on this blade, but it's from the tape that I have taping it up. I took the tape off for the purposes of just showing it off for the video. I'll tape it back up, then finish shaping the handle with files and sandpaper, and hopefully get to staining it tonight. But all of these blades, these are out of 1095 steel, several little ones here. This one I haven't even started on the edge bevels yet. It's going to be a little leaf bladed sort of affair. These are all going to my first show, which will be in Trenton, South Carolina, May the 27th. I think it's 27th and 28th at Eastwind Castle. Look it up, and if you're in that area, come see us. Now we've got, well, we'll go to this one first. This blade is a kukri that I have forged out of a farrier's rasp, as you can see the pattern there. I botched the heat treat on it the first time. Didn't work out, so what I'm working on now, and that'll be covered in another video, is a heat treating forge, which everything's sitting on at the moment. Just kind of give you a quick shot of that. That's my heat treating forge. And once it's done, and it's very close, I'll be heat treating that one and a couple of other blades. This is a little skein do, which I need to work on the edge bevels, but it's heat treated. I got to bring the edge bevels down right, and get it ready for its owner. This one is spoken for as well. Not as well. Now I'm getting into spoken for knives, but that one's spoken for. These two are part of a trade. This is forged out of a 10-inch file, a bi knife, as well as the parent blade for it As you can see, I got to sand it to 180 grit. It's going to be ready for heat treating. That one, these two, I'm not going to finish them. The man receiving them, he does incredible work in leather work and so forth, but he's going to be finishing those blades. And now what I've got here, this is supposed to be, now yes, there's a blade behind it. I'm waiting on a big reveal. But this was supposed to be a Viking-esque fantasy short sword. I botched it. I messed it up. It didn't work out. This one's out of 1095. I got the edges too thin, and it looks nothing like a Viking blade. I'm sorry. It really doesn't. So I have plans for it. Stay tuned on that one. I'm not going to tell you now. Haha. But this is the replacement for it. It looks far more Viking-esque, I would say. It's awaiting heat treat. It's got some heft to it at the moment. I left the edges plenty thick, but I'll be ready to start working on the fittings on it. Again, the heat treating forge will be ready for it probably this week and ready to be up and running. Now, this blade here, it's also forged out of a farrier's rasp. It was an experiment. I was seeing just how far out I could draw a farrier's rasp. And as I've laid it aside, and it's still kind of laying aside, it's not ready yet. I've got around 22 knives, counting this one, that I'm working on. So this is really low on the totem pole as far as priorities, though. But I'm thinking, with this, I was thinking about maybe doing a ring hilt. Okay, we got a can heating up, and it decided to pop. But anyway, I was thinking of a ring hilt, but I believe the tang is just a tad too short to put in a nice guard and a ring hilt. So what I'm thinking instead on this one is a Morgul blade. If you don't know what a Morgul blade is, I don't know if our relationship can continue. No, that's a joke. Anyway, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you know what a Morgul blade is. And I'm thinking that could be made into a wicked, rough-looking blade that might be carried by a ring wraith. So anyway, that's what I got going on. And today, what we're going to be doing... I hate trying to follow somebody when they're spinning the camera really fast, so I'll turn slow. What we'll be doing here, lighting up this coal/charcoal forge. We're using coal in it at the moment, and heat treating these file knives and tempering them. I'll be training my son on the heat treating and tempering processes today, so he's going to be doing some of this. Anyway, stay tuned. If you like this video, please share it, leave a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. All right, thank you very much. This is Eric again, signing off.